Hi from Santa Barbara. Welcome to Compassionate Connection. I'm your hostess, Gigi Amor, and the purpose of our show is to share with you how to connect compassionately within ourselves and with others when we choose to really gain the knowledge of nonviolent communication, the language of peace. We can transform and enrich not only our own lives, but our relationships with others and contribute to their well-being. So with this being said, this is my passion. I'd like to now reflect on Dr. Rosenberg's most famous, most popular book here. I think now it's up to about 26 various languages and how many countries? At least 45 at my last reading of that. So it's something that's very popular and well needed. Just a suggestion, you might want to really brief through this book. So tonight I'm really excited. Drum roll. We have a wonderful guest with us, Michael Singer. Thank you for coming this evening, Michael.
You're welcome. I am thrilled, honored, and pleased to be here.
Oh, this is going to be such an enlightening show. I'm excited. I'm going to tell people about what I've discovered about you so far.
Go for it.
Oh, we're really curious now. I know that you've put out, number one, a lot of beautiful messages for all of us to tune into on your website. And I just want to say how much I appreciate and hunt that down every day to look for what you have to say. So thank you for that. And I know that on you yourself, you've described that you have, like all of us, are a child of God, and who, of course, has those human sufferings and struggles in our physical bodies, which we all do, and that you are indeed one of those lightened spiritual beings like everybody else. And one of the things that you reflect on is all of our longings to be loved. And I know you went through a lot in your life experience where you share that you knew there had to be so much more than just suffering in this life. And I appreciate the fact that you went out and you explored and you found answers and you were guided by questions. And we all face these questions at one time or another in our lives, even not just once, but several times. But it's, what is my purpose being on earth? And that just really touched my heart. Why are we really here? Why are you really here? And why we experience sadness and shame. And I know that on your healing journey, you yourself, you were aware of other people that were hurting, and you could see that, and you had great compassion for these people, and that's what's led you into where you are now, helping others get through this and stop with their suffering and help them to wake up and realize who in fact they really are. So, my gosh, and how you say that is finding that truth that we are all indeed beautiful light beings. Oh, that just, and when I visited your office and you had that miracles happen, oh my gosh, drum roll on that. That's one of my favorite things to even share, is that may we all experience and be aware of all the miracles that do show up in our everyday moments. So thank you for being here, Michael.
You're welcome. That's quite an introduction. I kind of like myself here.
Yeah, I fell in love with you right away thinking about it. I'm like, whoa, this is a guy that has the heart that we're talking about. And then I noticed that in Hebrew, your name, Michael Singer, I don't know how to pronounce it in Hebrew. Our director, Fred, knows about that language. But the meaning of it is one who brings light.
Right.
Oh, that's extraordinary.
Yeah, it was my baby naming. I was thrilled when I found that out later on. Yes.
Gee, God,
It's Mayor Yehuda.
oh my goodness. Well, I know we're going to explore one of your famous questions to your clients, and that is, what does your heart long for? What is your heart longing? And boy, that can really go deep, to say the very least.
Right. It's almost asking, why are you here?
Yes.
What is your purpose on being on earth? What do you long for? What do you want to create? What is not showing up? And then when I work with somebody as partners, we explore why not. I don't have the answers, but together, oh my, that's where hope and miracles show up.
Well, there you go. You just help to explore what is maybe hidden inside of your clients
Right.
that you can kind of shine up for them to step up to.
Together, in partnership. Because
Perfect.
I don't, my business name is Santa Barbara Healer. I don't call myself a healer. You're the healer. If you're seeing me, you're the healer. I'm an intuitive, I'm an elder, I have gifts things that I've worked on for years studying this train wreck called Michael. So if you have different issues, I can know them or feel them and be with you. And together we can explore. I think I have a very big toolbox to find out what stops you from creating love, money, health. What's stopping in your life from joy?
Yes.
I told you before, happiness is overrated. There's 8 million books out on happiness. Happy, happy, happy.
Yes.
I don't wake up happy. I wake up pretty pissy some mornings. But I have that inner joy, and that's what makes a difference. Knowing who I am and what I'm here for.
Oh, that's beautiful. And it takes a lot of people, it seems, a long time to get to that place of that inner joy. And that's unfortunate. I want them to see you and hurry it up. You know what I mean? To really have that energy of just being grateful for anything and everything they possibly can, to really count their blessings.
It takes time and patience. You know, through my work and working on myself, I realized I got up in the morning, first thing I thought was, oh crap, the alarm's going off. I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to, I got to do this and that. Within 5 minutes, I've already created a lousy day. It's like, oh my God. So now I learned, open your eyes, come up with 3 to 5 things you're grateful for, that I have a roof over my head. There's so many people in the world who don't. That I can get up and dress myself, that my children are healthy, that I get to do, my job is not my job, it's my passion, that I get to do that every day to make a difference. So it's bringing in that energy and just holding that for everybody else. And not everybody wakes up with joy. I know. I spent most of my life not with that.
There you go. Just
Right.
the fact to really be present in the moment.
Right.
And appreciative of anything, everything, even whatever breath you take. You're sleeping between the clean sheets.
Right.
I mean,
Especially with the disasters we've been through in this area. When I would wake up and just go, oh my God, I'm in a room. I have a roof, I have electricity. I would literally wake up in tears over how much gratitude I have for that alone.
exactly, exactly. So in every moment, there are what I think, I wouldn't have all these things accessible to me personally if it weren't for the connection with all the other human beings here and the teamwork to create it.
Right.
So I'm grateful for the people that do, let's say, grueling work.
Oh yeah, the people, just this tablecloth, who picked the materials, who sewed it, who put it together, who trucked it. I mean, just the tablecloth alone. And I don't live my life airy-fairy, smiling, happy, joyful all the time. I'm human. I wake up, my
Yes.
back hurts, the car needs service, something breaks down. It's finding a balance that it's not all, yay. It's like,
Right.
oh my God, really? I got jury duty? Oh my God, I got to you need that project done for school when? I just realized the car's got to be registered. Oh my God, I got to schmog it. Do you know, there's always stuff. So it's finding, not getting hooked, allowing the natural flow to be, all right, today I don't feel good. No, I'll feel better tonight or tomorrow, who knows?
Okay.
I mean, if you read my bio, I've dealt with depression and migraines most of my life. And I work with people who do that. Now I could be bitter, angry, depressed all the time and go, no, I get a migraine, I got to take care of myself. And I know it will pass. And what's available now?
And so the suffering that people go through by maybe, let's say, not being that mindful of their thoughts.
I think suffering is part of the human condition. I worked with a lady, breast cancer, double mastectomy, horrible thing to go through, held her, worked through the chemo. She will tell you now it's the best thing that ever happened to her. She got her heart, she got her soul back. She got a connection with her daughter she never had. She became human. She was a PhD, very intelligent. And it was horrible to go through, but now it's like these life lessons. I believe the tougher they are, the bigger the lesson. And she's got that joy, she's got that happiness. She talks to her daughter on a connection that was never there before.
And that's the other thing, to really be present in the moment of what we're experiencing, because that's all that we have.
That's it. We don't know if an hour from now we're getting a car wreck and that's it, or we're gone, or our kids, or anything. This is it, moment by moment.
And regrets of the past.
Waste
you
of
help
time.
people get through that?
Let it go. It's energy to drag you down. It's like I told you before, you can't do that. I don't care what people think about me. My relationship between me and God is important. How I feel about myself. What am I here for? What am I here to do? And if somebody thinks I'm doing devil's work, or someone says they love your work, I go, great. You're both welcome to your opinions. It's between me and myself when I look in the mirror. And I have 2 kids, so that's very important. I have my 16-year-old's going to be 17-year-old next week, and a 14-year-old. And I want them to look up and be proud and know what's available.
Exactly.
Right.
So a lot of times I'm guessing that perhaps some of your clients haven't taken the time to self-explore.
They sit in a lot of, as we all do as humans, not that. And people get comfortable in being uncomfortable, in abusive relationships, with people who drink, with people that there's a comfort and a safety they've built up that they live their life with, but truly their deepest longing is not that, but there's such a fear of, how can I leave my husband? How am I going to support myself? What am I going to do if I get sober? I have to deal with my feelings, and there's so many things that it's actually, I believe a lot of the human condition is comfortable in the uncomfortableness. So I kind of say with my clients, they show up when they move into not this anymore. And being human, we're not supposed to know what this is. We're not supposed to know what the next thing is. But if you put out not this, God, the universe, I don't care if it's Jesus, Buddha, Mother Earth, a tree, whatever you put out, if you put out my life is terrible, I'm in pain, I'll never meet anybody, I have no money, da da da. If you keep putting that out all the time, you know what's going to show up? That's what you put out. So when you put out not this, and you show up on my sofa, or somebody's going, I want something different, you're telling God, Jesus, Buddha, the Mother Earth, energy, whatever you want to call it, I want something different. And out of wanting something different, and you're not supposed to know how to get there, because if you know how to get there, you'd be there.
There you go. You help assist them on their journey.
Right.
Okay.
We heal in community. We don't heal in isolation. In isolation, the human condition is beat ourselves up. I'm not tall enough. I'm not pretty enough. I eat too much. I'm not. That's what we do in isolation.
Boy, we're good at doing that, aren't we, as humans?
Every one of my clients is a PhD. Yeah, I am a professional. I could beat myself up. You know, I could live in, if I got up and ate right, and I did yoga, and I did stretching, and I could lose this 10 pounds, I could sleep better, I could feel better. And like the knowingness of that doesn't change anything other than make it a beat up.
Yes, absolutely. Oh
So
my
what happens
God.
if you let go of the beat up and go, well, I could do this, but this is what I'm choosing. And then what's the definition of insanity?
Oh yeah, the same old thing and no different results.
Right. So it's you step out of not this. And that's why I have expect a miracle on my office and my door, because I believe and hope in miracles, because you're going, I don't know what this is, but this ain't working anymore. And I work with people, I've got an 8-year-old now, and I work with people in their 80s, any age. It doesn't mean, oh, I'm too old, or it's too dust, or I'm going to be single for the rest of my life, or I've always been broke. No, that's your story you keep telling yourself. How about a new story?
Yes. Well, as a woman that has lived here in Santa Barbara her whole life, I have many friends
Right.
that are stuck in their stories.
But they're comfortable in that.
yes.
You have, I guarantee you have people who love to complain every time. They're happy and they're complaining.
Yes.
And you go around and go, oh my God, do something. They go, no, I like drinking. I like being alone. And I'm going, really? That's sad.
So anybody at any age can have a shift in their consciousness and become even more enlightened.
Well, that's my definition of enlightened is lightening the load.
Okay.
So life is easier, it's freer, it flows. If you let go of the story, you know, my daddy beat me, my mommy was an alcoholic, my brother did this. If you let go of these stories, you've just lightened it up.
Oh, it's a continuous process.
Yes.
I mean, even out a simple thing as traffic or in public, dealing with consumers or whatever, it is continuous. I know Dr. Rosenberg always said the biggest, foulest word we can say is, I should have, or you should have, the should word.
I have what I call Michaelisms, my One Day Someday book. One of my Michaelisms, shoulda, woulda, couldas equals crapping on yourself. I use a different word, but we'll stick with crap. So every time you say shoulda, woulda, or coulda, you just beat yourself up. You just made yourself wrong.
Yes.
There is no room for love. There's no room for compassion. There's no room for movement because it's habitual. I should have done that. I would have cut. I believe, and this gets people's goats, there's no mistakes in life. There is no mistakes. And people go, but da-da-da-da-da-da. It's just, no, there's lessons to be learned. I have a few rules in my office. One of them is you never apologize to me. If you're late, you're late. That's on you. It's not on me. I'm not getting hooked on it. And we have car accidents and stuff, but I even think there's a bigger picture, but I won't get into that. There's no mistakes, there's lessons.
Okay.
If something happened, if you step back and witnessing, one of my Michaelisms, witnessing is healing. If you witness your thoughts, your beliefs, your images, and then you overlay it with compassion, naturally and organically the healing will happen. But what we do when we witness our thoughts, beliefs, and images, we go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Why'd I do that? I'm stupid. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. And we live in I'm not.
So, would we start then with total self-forgiveness?
Good luck with that, girlfriend. Okay, I'll play with you. That's a beat up.
Because you're
You're not
implying
going to
wrongdoing,
right?
of course.
But no, it's more of a beat up. I can't totally throw a switch and have total forgiveness.
Okay.
I have people I'm still angry and annoyed with. I have people I don't want to have in my life. I want to forgive myself. It's work starts with self. I've mentioned to you, we are 100% responsible whatever shows up in our life. And that, like you, drives people nuts going, no, 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 my mother, my father, my boss, my boyfriend, my car. No. If I took this water and spilled it, or it's a lousy example, if something showed up, how I react, what I do to it, with it, whatever happened, I am responsible. So when I take responsibility for what's going on without beat up, and I could say, I did something, or I shouldn't have said that, I apologize. That's okay.
Oh, Interesting. So even thinking that, oh, if I lost my job, that would be so horrible.
Do you know how long I've lived if I lose this 20 pounds? What would happen to my life? My life would be great. And finally I woke up, you're sticking around, forget about it.
So, okay, that forgiveness thing,
But it's
that
forgiveness of
implies-
self.
Okay,
It always starts with self. It's between you and God.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
it's, yeah, I apologize. I have kids regularly. I'm sorry I barked. I'm sorry I did that. You know, but I'm human.
right.
I am not perfect. I tell them it's a fine line between hugging and strangling them.
That's really being honest
It
in
is.
any
I
relationship.
says, you just crossed that line. I want to strangle you right now. So my kids have permission to give me a timeout. So I just go, timeout, Dad. All right. I take a walk away and go breathe.
Yeah,
Which leads me to, see, when I said earlier I have a large tool chest, one of the, I think, most important things is life is pause. If I go to you and your instant reaction is to go back, stop, take a breath, pause, check, tune in. And you could say, I need to go to the bathroom, or go, just settle yourself down and follow your inner guidance, because that's where your answers are. And I can call your inner guidance as your child within.
yeah, I know even making a decision, I've always used the word halt. If
Right.
you're hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, don't.
Just take a second,
Yeah.
just, all right, I really love you and I don't want to strangle you, honey. So just take one step back.
For all you parents out there, pay attention.
Well, I work with kids, I work with parents, I work with families and couples, I work with all business owners. It doesn't matter the mix, because it's all energy.
Yes.
The child doesn't feel heard, and the parent's angry because they're not being listened to, and the child's get tired of being told over and over again. So it's like, this is the communication.
Yeah, I thought that's just the way it was. Like,
But that's it. Everybody says, well, that's the way it is. And I go, no, it's not the way it is. What's possible?
yeah,
What's possible if you didn't drink? What's possible if you didn't spend every night watching TV for hours? Or you didn't overeat? Or whatever you're doing? What's possible to find the balance in your life?
so a lot of times we just aren't conscientious of not only our thoughts, but our actions.
No, I believe majority of them are from your childhood.
Okay.
Things that happen. I could say, do you want chocolate or vanilla? And you go, oh, chocolate. You wouldn't even think about vanilla or say, what about strawberry? Because you've always said chocolate. We react. I'd say 70 to 80% of our life is reaction to.
Like we're pre-programmed.
Yes.
Okay. Oh my. And we don't think of all the.
We don't slow down enough
We don't slow
and
down.
check inside. And then if you've been abused or yelled at or told how to do stuff through our childhood, when I ask you what you think or how you feel, and a lot of times people go, I don't know. And I find that so sad when I go, how do you feel about that? I don't know. Or what do you need? Do you know how many people I ask in my office and they go, I don't know, because they're so busy taking care of everybody else's needs. And I go, if you can't take care of your own needs, nobody else's will ever be met, and you'll feel empty.
That's a big one. We sometimes will interpret that as, well, if it's all about me,
Right.
That's like a selfish.
How many people were brought up, don't you stick out, don't you be special, don't be too pretty, don't stand out.
Yeah.
I want to stand out, be pretty, be smart, be talented, be amazing. And we are shut down. So I'm going to take 2 steps back. My belief, and I don't ask anybody to believe what I believe. We are born of beauty, sweet, and innocence. I believe we choose to incarnate into the world to learn lessons. Choosing to incarnate into this world is choosing to go into pain, because we learn lessons through pain. So one that I hated for years was, we choose our parents. I didn't choose them, no way. But I believe, and I'm not asking anybody to believe what I believe, we choose our parents, and between conception and age 7 or 8, we are wounded. And that is our life tasks. That is what we came this lifetime to work on. Abandonment, sexual, emotional, physical, spiritual. We get shut down. And it doesn't mean your parents beat you. It could be literally, you come in the room excited, look what I did. And they go, I'm busy, go away. And they turn their head and you're going, you just got wounded. So we all think it's these big beatings or all these stuff no, it could be the smallest little thing of being ignored. Or you got to be smart and pretty so you don't get hit, or your parents won't fight, or, you know. So
Yes.
that's my belief is age conception, literally in utero work can be done. All the way up to 7 and 8, and then that's when we get more of a sense of self. And that's our life task.
And so then we become the storytellers
Oh,
of what
yeah.
we experience.
How many people do you know do the stories?
Well, I love them all. Don't get me wrong.
But we're attached to our stories. We love our stories.
Yeah. Well, I find in time for me personally, my stories, they always get brighter and more compassionate, because that helps me to be more accepting of everything.
Of everybody else.
Yeah.
And more important, of yourself. So you become enlightened. You lighten up the load of, when I was 15, I was beaten, which is horrible, and I'm lousy at examples, but the story's not there. It happened, but you don't have the energy anymore.
And that's another big issue right there, energy. I know that you can really pick up on energy with people.
Well, my belief, and I always preface it because I don't ask anybody to believe what I believe, everything's energy. Thoughts, beliefs, images, this cup, everything. Everything's energy. It's either moving or stuck. If you're not doing, receiving, getting what you're longing for, moving, it's stuck energy. And I will say this a million times because I tried. You can't do it on your own. You heal in community. You can read 1 million books, watch 1 million movies. You need connection. Churches, friends. You need people who will reflect back the truth, not your truth.
Oh my. Well, I've done the book reading really
Yes.
a lot. I still need those connections.
Well, I'm not saying don't read the books because my bedside has 3 or 4 different books depending how I feel is
yeah.
which one I read.
Yeah.
And at my office, I have a big bookshelf full of books that people bring and read, and I lend them and I forget. And they said, "You read this?" I go, "I might have," and I might have got halfway through and jumped to something else. People
Yes.
say, "Read this," so I buy it, and who knows?
Yes.
So I'm not saying don't read, but that reading's nice, but it really doesn't move you to the level you want to be at.
So once again, it's the human connection.
Yes. What is it? Jung said that the human will do anything and there's power not to do, to look at what's the truth. We will, I forget the exact quote, but we'll do anything to not go there. But that's where we need to go. We need to go
That's
into our hearts, into our pain, into the sadness. I want to go over it. I want to go through it. I want to get drunk so I don't think about it. No, you go through it, and then the energy's displaced, and you doesn't have a charge.
Well, wouldn't that require some silence and some meditating to get centered enough to hear your own thoughts?
If you want to sit on a mountain for 20 years, you go ahead.
I don't have the time.
Thank you. Yeah, I think silence and slowing down is fine. I'm going to go back to one of my sayings, witnessing is healing. If you witness your thoughts, your beliefs, your images, and then bring in compassion, and the human condition is witness it, and then we beat ourselves up. So when I work with somebody, witnessing is healing. I say it 1 million times. I tell them, write them down. Get a journal. Write how many negative things you write to yourself in 3 days. And then you look at what are you telling yourself every day? So you start witness your thoughts, your beliefs, your images, and you go, oh my God, no wonder I don't like myself. I'm angry at the world. I feel nobody cares. I don't have friends. All this, it's because I want to witness that way. I don't think sitting on a mountain for 20, that's not my shtick. But if you want to do that,
No.
meditation is great. It gives you time to slow down, to be centered. I am not negating it.
Yes.
It takes many modalities.
Yes. And so a lot of times, instead of going within, we are more delighted with the stimulation of
Right.
what's outside of ourselves. That can be a
It's easier to go take care of their problems.
or turn on a movie, or
Right.
yeah, all the
And
other things.
there's nothing wrong with that. I need a good Netflix night as much as the next one. I remember when I first got divorced, I had the kids, and I would go on the sofa and watch TV, and I'd almost change the channels in between commercials. And then I was beating myself up because I wasn't cleaning up the house, I wasn't doing this and doing that, and working with my healer that I worked with. I found out, Michael, you need an hour to just do nothing. Watch those, stop beating yourself for the laundry, the dish, it'll get done. And I learned to bring a little compassion in, going, and I've had days just like everyone, I need to sit there and watch TV on a Saturday instead of go do the laundry, mow the lawn, da-da-da. I need a day of chilling, being nice to myself, eating chocolate. Doesn't help, but I still need to eat the chocolate.
That sweetness, I know we get
yes.
something out of it.
As long as it's in balance.
Yeah, yeah.
It's in balance. I find that when I need a lot of sweets and chocolate, I'm not in a relationship. With myself, with somebody else, with people. I get out of relationship and I look for sweetness to fill what I'm missing when I'm working with somebody or being with them. That's why working with people is not my job. It feeds my soul. It's my, I love it.
Yeah.
I work 7 days a week. I work evenings and weekends. I'll see you whenever.
Jeez, that is incredible.
Because it's my passion.
Oh, and that's another thing of realizing what your passion and love is,
Right.
that you enjoy, because then you can, be in God's grace while doing it and have the energy.
Right.
Yeah.
So I look at, if this is your passion, joy, happiness, if you're here, what we do as human beings, we're at 0. We want to go to 100. We want this, the castle, what I call, but Michaelism is, to me, the castle is the casket, but that's another story. So if we go from 0 to 100, what we do is we can't get 100, so we're not in this perfect level. We go -3, -5, -20, and we live there. Because we're so busy beating ourselves up for this idealistic image. And when I work with somebody, I go, let's do 2 steps forward, 3 back, 4 forward, 5 back. Allow the dance of life to come in, and eventually we will find everything that stops you from here. If joy is let go of this story, create this, bring the relationship in.
Oh, that's fascinating. Now, Michael, I know that we're overdue a little to
Okay.
go into this tape that you have on your website as a gift. Could you help us understand
Well, it's one of those, I think I saw the video a long time ago on YouTube, and when I sit there and something affects me, I literally just start crying. And it just says healing, and it's the name of my business because it's healing energy work. Healing comes from the heart. It's not a science. And when I saw it, I loved it. I downloaded it, stole it, borrowed it. I don't know what, but put it on my website.
Oh, great. Well, Fred's going to load that up for our viewers right now. We'll come back. Thank you. pretty incredible, Michael.
Well, I get teared up in seeing that again. I haven't watched it in a while, and part of it is I relate to Cryon, the wounded healer. I've had so much migraine, so much pain in my life that when I see that, it's like, wow, I am not saying that's me, but that's me on some level. I'm not
Yes.
that ego inflated to go, I'm Chiron. But it talks what I believe. Healing connection through the heart, through the soul.
Yes.
When someone comes to my office, I don't judge or criticize anybody. I don't care if you've been the abusee or the abuser. I will love and hold space for you unconditionally. And the healing happens and occurs.
Now, haven't we all played those roles?
Yes.
I mean, admittedly or not.
Yes, on some levels, but sometimes people think caretaking is helping. When I first started my practice over 25 years ago, I would hug everybody, hold them, I'd take on their stuff. And I'd go home, I have headaches and migraines and stuff. And that wasn't helping them. And through my training, I learned I wasn't honoring the soul's task. So after I learned that, I actually volunteered for hospice for a few years because the soul's task was to die. So I learned to be with them no matter what was going on with them and hold space. That if you have cancer, you come to Santa Barbara Healer, I'm not going to take away your cancer, we're going to be with it at a different level. And it might be your life task to have cancer, to die or to lose double mastectomy or whatever. That's your task, but I will support you on that journey.
And with your support, I'm
Right.
guessing, of course, that there's a lot of ease and less suffering as they go through
Yes.
their situation, right?
I offer what nobody in town offers, nobody that I know in the country. I offer a money-back guarantee. If you come and have a session with me and you don't feel better, you don't pay a dime.
So obviously you're still in business,
Uh-huh.
Michael.
Well, it's my passion, so yes.
Yeah, oh, what a joy. And you went through so much to get to this place.
I had to unwreck my train wreck.
Well, for a lot of us, that may happen in this life, right?
But that's what had to happen, was a wake-up call. I had it set. I was living in Florida. By the time I was 55, I'd own enough real estate, I'd be retired and happy. And I was sitting there going, this isn't working. This isn't it. I mean, I'm not happy. I was dating some beautiful women. I was making good money. I was buying a few houses along the way. And I'm going, I feel empty.
The material things cannot buy you that.
No.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to have them, but they can't buy it for you.
Yeah.
I'd rather be depressed, like, in a nice car than depressed in my old car.
Of course, fair enough.
But no, I went on a journey to find out what stops me from that joy. What are all the things, beliefs, and images? And I'm still working on it.
Yes.
I'm not done. I still do workshops. I still work with my healer. I still want to know what's available. Move into from here to I don't even know what's available. To be challenged.
Yeah, the human mind is the least explored part of the human body.
And the human heart.
Oh, yes, there you go.
Because they're connected.
And how often it seems people, well, maybe they get too overly involved in other things, but they don't express what's in their heart.
When we're young, our heart's very open.
Yes.
And open, and we get wounded, so we shut it down. And the more it gets shut down, the more we get closed off, the harder it is to open, to trust, to do. So our energy gets like a cutoff here, and we live in our head where it's safe. Or you can look at people and there's even nobody home. Like, hello?
Oh, yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Who dresses you in the morning?
Yeah.
So,
Unfortunate.
the journey is to your heart, to your soul, and the wounded child.
That takes a lot of inner work and your
Yes.
guidance to get through, even being aware of perhaps some of the blocks that,
You don't even know exist.
yes, there
It's
you go.
one of the things I ask my clients, what are you committed to? What are you committed to today? Being unhappy, misery, no money, complaining, no relationship, in pain. What are you committed to this lifetime? And those are big questions. And it's not like I wake up every morning, I'm committed to someday, I'm committed to rolling over, going back to sleep.
I'm committed to taking care of me.
Yeah, well, that's important, because if you can't take care of you, it's what they say in the airplane.
Yeah,
Put that mask on first.
yeah. Well, I have issues with putting the mask on
No,
first.
I
think
know
I've
you well
shared
enough to
that
say
with
you would run up and down the airplane, make sure everybody's got their mask on as you keeled over and died,
Yeah,
because you want to
Yeah.
make everybody happy. And I go, Gigi's cool. She should be happy with herself first. And you know what a good way to be happy is? Say no.
oh boy, that small word that we need to use more in many
Yes.
cases.
No is healthy boundaries. Yes, yes, yes is, you can't have the light without the dark, yes without the no. Can't have the I love you without the go screw yourself. It's the balance.
The balancing and being aware of that.
Witnessing is healing. See, I told you I repeated a bunch of times.
Well, you do have that energy about you that everybody's just comfortable, but you have to help them to perhaps be at ease, that you're not judging,
No,
to
I'm not.
assure them. And you have the compassion because haven't we all basically experienced the same things within ourselves as the next person, our human condition?
Right.
And so you don't like rise above a person.
And I say rise. Marianne Williamson says it. What's her quote? How dare you not shine? How dare you not step into your power?
There you
It doesn't serve you, the world, anybody, for you to shrink down.
Yes.
Play big.
In any way, huh?
Any way you can.
There you go. I
Somebody says, let's go out for dinner, or da-da-da, and you're thinking, tonight I just want to relax. And everyone, let's go out to dinner. I say, no. That feeds your soul.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's the opposite. If you're staying home too much, saying no all the time, you need to say yes occasionally.
There you go.
Go for it. See what happens. What do you got to lose? There's no mistakes in life.
I love that. That's great. There's no mistakes.
Right. There's lessons to learn.
Oh my gosh. And we signed up for this.
Yeah. Duh. I think we're not too bright, but yeah, we signed up for it.
We have to remember that.
Yes, we signed up for it. You know how many people come in my office, sit down and say, this is my last lifetime? I go, yeah, good luck with that.
I've heard that from several people,
Yeah.
Michael. Like they have a choice or they've reached
Yes.
that place where they feel there's no more schoolhouse of the learning, right?
Right. They've given up on themselves.
Oh, okay. Maybe they're just overly tired and they've beaten themselves up so much, it's like, I'm
Yeah.
done.
Right.
Okay.
People when I was younger used to ask me what I want to be when I grow up, and my one word was retired. I'm going to be doing this in diapers. I'm going to do this to the day I die. You kidding?
Well, you've retired to be comfortable in what you're doing, in a sense.
On some level, and I'm human. I struggle
Sure.
like everybody else.
Yeah, we do.
It's the human condition. I have a 14 and a 17-year-old. I struggle.
So you help people with their self-talk and to motivate them to do what would make their dreams come to reality.
Well, on some level, and I always lift the energy of words. So I don't help them. I become their partner in seeing the way they're running things to available to bring in something new that they don't even know is possible.
Okay.
So I can't help you do that. I'm not going to give you affirmations, but I will have you look at what's all those things that want to get you from here to here instead of going from here to here.
Yeah.
2 steps forward. Oh, every morning I look in the mirror and go, oh my God, look at the baggy eyes and the nose and the ears and the belly. Oy, oy, oy. Well, if you do that every morning, stop. That's why I got a tattoo so I can look at it. I said, I like my tattoo, forget the belly.
I had a friend ask me, what do I do? I'm getting so much older and I'm getting all these wrinkles. So I look in the mirror in the morning and and I go, what do you do about it? And Gee, I don't put on my glasses.
That's what, just don't see it.
Yeah.
To me, it's honor. These wrinkles are part of your story, a part of your life, your scars, your
Yes.
wounds. This honors the magnificence of who you are as a human being. You're getting older. I consider myself an elder, a teacher.
Oh, that's nice.
So those
That's
wrinkles, each
beautiful.
one tells a story.
Yes, yes, and that's where we can learn and gain so much knowledge.
Through our witnessing, yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's so very true. That's why I enjoy people, well, now it's not as easy, but older than I am.
Right.
Because they have such knowledge to share. It's such a gift,
And we as the American public or something don't honor our elders.
unfortunately.
Right. They have such gifts and stories. As I find, I was working with an 8-year-old and I got gifts and stories from her too. That's the way
Oh,
she
that's
looks, the way she
beautiful.
sees the things. It's like, wow.
How fascinating for you to be in the position to view people from the inside out.
Right. When I started my practice, even in my training, I was told you need to pick an age group and what you're going to work with. Like women 25 to 30 who are dealing with divorce, or men with alcohol. And I'm going, I can't do that. I don't care if you're 8 or 80. I don't care if it's drugs, alcohol, becoming so. If it's cancer, I don't care. I just want to be with everybody. And that's what I do. So I didn't limit my practice to just this. I don't care if you're what it is.
Yeah, whatever the issues are, hey, let's just help you with those
I
two
don't
steps.
take them on, but I can hold them with you. I become your partner. When I work with somebody, I say, you can call or text me anytime. I have very good boundaries, and I will reach out and support you along the way. I literally, right before I came here, I got a text from one of my clients who's just turned 16, and I eat edibles. I'm so high, I don't know what to do. And I'm going, all right, I can't talk right now, but just breathe, relax. You won't die. You know what I mean? So people reach out. It's, it's cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's incredible. You can calm them down. Don't go to the ER. We
No,
don't
no,
need
you know, if you have to, that's fine. But I make a point not to tell anybody what to do. It's not my job. I will support you in finding out what you need. What is your longing? What do you want? I'm not going to say, go do 3 jumping jacks a day, do this, do that. I'll go, look, here's some suggestions. Start a journal. Go to the beach. Do these to fill your life. Join meetup groups. I will give you suggestions. And then it's your choice to do it or not.
Yes, we got together. You made a suggestion. I go to the beach. I ended up in a park for a while.
Good.
Yeah. It was like, okay, wait a minute. Which way am I going? Oh, I can make this work.
I think if you went to the beach, everyone went to the beach, left their cell phones in the car, go out for 15, 20, 30 minutes, just sit there every day for 30 days, your life will change. Your whole field will change. Your way of being will change. When I'm like, want to strangle, jump, scream, I just go to the beach and sit. I'll go watch the kids at Henry's Beach just playing. And I get lost. Before I know it, an hour's gone. I'm going, oh, wow, look what time it is.
Oh, that's perfect.
I just get lost in the seeing, watching the waves, the dogs run. It's just, and if it's a park or downtown, it's just, that's the pause moment.
Yes, there you go.
Yes.
And that's what we sometimes get too caught up in all the to-do list
Right.
and not.
I got a great to-do list I write most nights, and I go, oh, well, that could have to wait 3 more days. If I didn't do the laundry today, I've got clean underwear for 2 more days. I'm okay.
That's it. We're always renegotiating.
Yeah, but then I give myself permission. I don't beat myself. You didn't do the laundry. You didn't do no. I do that.
Oh my God, I need to pace myself. That's one of my things where I go, oh gee, why am I so worn out and I can barely make it up my staircase to my bedroom? Oh, that's right. I
Yes.
overdid it. Gee, imagine that.
What happens if you followed your soul's longing and you fed yourself? And you know, well, no tonight, and yes, or I'm going to treat myself to a candy bar or dinner or sit at the find out what you want within boundaries. Don't say, oh, I like alcohol, so I'm going to do, or pot, or, do you know what I mean? You know, find the balance.
There you go.
Yes, it's all energy.
Oh my gosh. Well, so I'm sure that you get remarkable results in people's shift of energy and being brighter. You can see it.
Oh, when I put my business card together, I don't like the word healer because I don't tap you on the forehead. I'm not Jesus and I don't heal you. So it took me a long time of work to find out what I did, and my gift is I'm an intuitive. I tune into what's going on in your energy field and your thoughts, your beliefs, your images, your heart, and I'm able to tune in, and then through that, together, we find the guidance to shift it. So I don't walk in and go, da-da-da-da. No, I go, let's sit together and know each other. And people feel so at ease at my office. People will walk in and they just, God, feels nice, or they start crying, or they just feel the love there because I'm like just holding space. I have no intake forms. I used to have a five-page intake form. I come in and sit down, they go, what do you want to know? I go, well, let's just sit and see what shows up. My sessions are 2 hours long. They are not scheduled. I don't go, let's talk about your mother. Who beat the dog? How did your brother teach you? Tell me about your first grade teacher. Like, really? I sit there and then see what shows up. And it always shows up.
So you can go to Michael, and we're out of time already, Michael, but
Okay.
I'm going to tell them how they can find you and be at ease. And they
Right.
don't have to have this agenda because
No.
you'll really be present and with them and love them regardless.
Right.
That's so important. So Michael Singer, oh gosh, his song is from the heart. Right? Oh, now he's
See,
rolling
that's
his eyes.
God's joke. He named me singer, and I don't have a voice. I can't sing with it. So God was going, let's go with Mike a little.
Yeah, God has a great sense of humor. And
Yes, he
thank
does.
goodness. You do as well, Michael, and
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate that. Your lightness is energizing. Well, for our viewers, I'd just like to say Michael Singer's information is up, and that hot phone line is 805-455-2929. I should know it by heart by now because I've tried calling him, and I've ended up calling another Michael Singer somewhere on the East Coast. You heard about it. It's over now. Okay,
Yes.
moving on. Well, we're excited. We're now in our 11th year, and we certainly appreciate hearing from you and how you enjoy all the wonderful guests that we have on the show and their knowledge that they share with you. It's awesome. Thank you. Very heartfelt. And I'd just like to remind you, you can give me a call. I try to keep up on my phone, 805-698-8233. And you can contact us also on Compassion at GG Compassion. Excuse me, I'm going a little fast. I have to pause a moment. ggcompassion@gmail.com. And our website is compassionateconnection.tv. When you go to our website, just click on to view our show, and you'll get there, and you can review lots of wonderful people, Michael especially for tonight. What a gift. Now, what do I have going on? Oh, our wonderful sponsors. I'd like to give appreciation to Dr. Robert Mathis right here in the center of Santa Barbara at Balboa Building. His information is up on the screen. And also Dr. Joe at the Brain Balancing Center right here at 18 West Mitchell-Torrena Street. They're devoted to doing great physical work for that part of us. And right here in our studio, special thank you to Mark, helps us over the years so much, and also our director, Fred Winter. Love you, Fred, couldn't do this show without you. And I would just like to wish all of our viewers completely a happy and continuous, inescapable moments of compassionate connection.